What is good? What is good? Antonio here from cidadevisualarts, and today we are talking about how much wedding photography and film can a couple afford as they go into their wedding planning journey. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump and share my screen so we can get right into it. All right, let me know if you can see it, if you can read it. All right, so how much should couple expect to invest to preserve their wedding memories? Here we go. First, we have we have to address why does wedding photography and film really matter. I know there are a lot of married couple out there who wish they had invested a lot more, or they had invested properly in a photographer and videographer to preserve their one day that will come and go by so fast. Many married couples say that their wedding day came and gone so fast that they don't even remember a lot of the things, which is true. It's been determined that most people will not remember the food, they will not remember the decor, they will not remember the music, they will not remember a lot of things, because that's how we are, guys. We are just humans and we forget things, so most people will not remember all the details. So the only thing that we really have to help us out is wedding photography and film. So I know quite a bit of couple who regret not investing that much. They invested so much into the venue, invested so much in catering for the guests, invest so much for the entertainment, invest so much in, but the one thing that actually can help them relieve that day, they didn't really invest properly, and so they regret it. So to avoid all that, we have to understand first, why does wedding photography really matter? Capturing once in a lifetime moment that will come and go so fast, in the blink of an eye, telling your love story beautifully with professional images, something that you can hang on the wall and actually look at it years down the road, creating memories that you can cherish forever, ensuring quality visual that stand the test of time. Guys, that's what wedding photography can do for your wedding, to preserve those beautiful moments that happen on your wedding day. Next, we have what influences the cost. What's the reason why photographers really charge what they charge? Well, first of all, we have to understand that there are different levels of photography. Just like there's different levels of basketball player, there are different levels of softball player, there's different levels of pretty much anything, even at your job. That's the reason why, we all have our levels of proficiency. So there's nothing wrong with, levels of proficiency, but just know that an amateur and a professional are not the same. So if, for example, the couple, if you're looking for amateur work, and unfortunately if that's all you can afford, then okay, go with that. But there's a difference between the levels, okay? And we have to determine ahead of time how much, at what level would you like to invest in. Okay, next we have coverage time. Is it a few hours? Is it a half day? Is it a full day? Is it a multiple days? Every single one of these will affect the price of your wedding photography and film. The numbers of photographers. If you just want one photographer or one shooter, the price usually is more affordable. Usually the higher end packages have multiple photographers already included, because that's just how it is. They want to make sure that nothing is missed. Then we have post-production, editing, and turnaround. I know my post-production, the hardest time for a wedding photographer and videographer is post-production after the wedding, because that's when they have to put all those footage together and actually organize everything and do the work. So I know for me, for example, I used to spend close to 40 to 80 hours per wedding if I'm doing the video and photos. So now, and my turnaround time was 4 to 8 weeks. I'm just now transitioning slowly into 2 to 4 weeks turnaround time. Of course, there's also a faster turnaround time for the people who really want faster turnaround time. And even some photographers do same day editing. So your video, your photos will be done the same day as your wedding is happening. Of course, there's a price associated with that, because usually when that happens, the photographer or the videographer needs to bring a separate crew, a separate editing crew, who will take the footage as the footage are coming, and they're editing as the wedding is actually happening. So that's a different crew, usually 2 to 3 people to do that, and then you have your photographer. So you're looking at about 4 people, just so, and 4 people comes in with a bigger investment. And then we have deliverable items. If you want canvas, you want prints, every single one of those in the packet affect the price. Then we have travel and lodging expensive. If you're all doing everything local, it's more affordable. If there's a destination wedding, usually those are more, you know, demanding, therefore cost more. So every single one of those items affect the price. And then we have levels, as I mentioned before, levels of proficiency. A beginner will charge usually around $1,000 to $2,500. Then you have the mid-range professional, anywhere between $3,000 to $6,000 for photo, $3,000 to $6,000 for video. So if you want both photos and video, just multiply by 2, and then you have your estimate there. You know, and these prices you can also look them up on Google. Search for what's the average price for a photographer in X town, in X city. And then we have the high-end luxury services, which starts right around $7,000 to $15,000, multiplied by 2. Then you know exactly how much you will be spending if you want both photos and video. Here at cidadevisualarts, our average package goes around $3,000, and that provides reliability and a stress-free experience from start to finish, where you're constantly going to be receiving updates and reminders on where in the planning phase we are, where are we going to, what's the next step. Everything will be laid out to you and follow up with you. All right. Next, we have why invest in a professional. Well, technically, I'm not gonna try to, you know, let you know all the good things about why. We know some of those things already, but just know that as an expert photographer, the understanding of lighting, composition, and storytelling is at a higher level. Therefore, they can tell your story much more effectively, much better than someone who's just starting. Professional grade equipment, usually professional use professional equipment. Amateur use amateur equipment. That's just the way it is. And usually with a professional, you get a stress-free planning where everything is laid out, because they have seen so many things in the wedding industry. They can predict, anticipate a lot of those things, and give you a stress-free experience from start to finish. Usually also they have an entire system that is designed to handle communication with the photographer, with the couple. Then we have a final product that truly capture the emotion of your love story. Here at cidadevisualarts, I do offer customized wedding photography and film package, free engagement session for certain package, of course, unless if you claim your engagement. I do have a program that's called Try Before You Buy, and that is pretty much you come in, you do your shoot, you like it, and the credit will be applied towards your wedding collection. If you don't like it, no big deal, we just go our separate ways. You know, I'll refund you your retainer. Fast turnaround. My turnaround used to be 4 to 8 weeks, but now, like I said, I'm transitioning into faster turnaround, 2 to 4 weeks max. Then we have 100% satisfaction guarantee. All my services are 100% satisfaction guarantee. A seamless, stress-free experience, memories you can cherish forever. So if you are getting married or know someone who's getting married, send them my information. Schedule your consultation call so we can discuss your vision, project, needs, budget, everything. Lock down a date for your engagement and wedding, and just enjoy the journey of planning your wedding, because I will be taking care of everything for you. So contact me today, and yeah, we'll take care of you. So if there's any other topic that you would like to cover, that you would like to know, of course, I'm gonna make this video every week on a weekly basis. On Tuesday, hop on a call, send me a DM, call me, send me an email, and we'll address those questions. Or I do have also a frequently asked question section online on my website, cidadevisualarts. And yeah, so let me know what have been some of the techniques, some of the tools that you've used in the past that allow you to determine your budget. What are some of the topics that you would like to see discussed here in this live video, and how have you managed to control your budget as a couple, or how are you managing right now? So thank you so much. It's good to see you here, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace out.